Hello, this is Scott with Premium Digital Services. This video we're going to be going over the application DiskMax, which is a tool to help speed up your computer by removing old temporary files, temporary internet files, cookies, and different things on your computer. It will also run disk defragmenter and prefetch optimization to help there as well. It does use utilities that are built into Windows, so it's not a program that's trying to use its own code to repair your computer. It does use things that Microsoft has made for Windows to repair it. The only difference is you won't see those programs run. It'll actually keep them hidden so you'll only see the DiskMax window. Alright, we'll go ahead and start here by installing the program. And I'll actually go through the different options it gives you as we walk through a complete scan. Okay, we'll go ahead and tell it to clear the preferences. We'll add the icon to the desktop. And we'll go ahead and do the complete scan so you can see the different options available. Alright, we'll go ahead and tell it to check for the newest update here. Okay, now throughout the entire process, the first time you run this, it's going to ask you a lot of different questions, and it's going to ask you yes or no. And we will have the ability to remember each of those answers. So if we answer something no this time, but we want to use it later maybe, we can just uncheck that box. So for most of these, I'm going to be answering yes here. Alright, it's going to clear out our temporary internet files next. It'll do that for both Internet Explorer and Firefox, if you have Firefox or other browsers as well. Just remember that you do need to close those out if you are going to clean those. So we'll have it clean out our browsing history, which is websites we have been visiting. Alright, we'll go ahead and have it clean out the cookies as well. And if you notice here on each screen, it kind of helps you out by giving you information about what it is it's wanting to clean. Alright, and we're going to do the form data as well. And as you can tell there, it does see Firefox running on my other screen, so it's not going to clean that out. Alright, now the User Assist is part of your Start menu. That's the programs like here in Windows 7, Vista and XP that get run a lot. So I'm going to tell it no on mine, and I'm going to tell it to remember the answer because I don't really want to ever clean those out because I like using those a lot and it makes it really easy those being there for me. Alright, now the next question here is on the user accounts, and it's wanting to know if it's alright with you for it to do these steps for each of the accounts on your computer. Such as if you have different profiles for your kids, it'll scan through and clear out their temporary stuff as well. Okay, now on to the next one here is going to be for Windows Update. When applications get updated by Microsoft on your computer or it releases a bug fix for Windows, sometimes those can leave behind unnecessary files, and that's what this is wanting to clean up. So let's go ahead and tell it to clean out those old files that are no longer needed, and we'll tell it to clean out the history of those updates as well. Now the next step is the event logs. This is something that if you haven't ever done this or it's been a real long time, I recommend doing it. But if you've been having problems with your computers and you're planning on looking into fixing it or taking it to a technician to fix, I recommend leaving these intact. That way they can look at your event logs to see what programs have been crashing or having problems, and that can help repair your computer. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and tell it yes so you can see how many different log files there is in Windows 7. Alright, and as you can tell, this list is going to go on for quite some time. Little progress bar, and it's stepping through mine pretty quick since I cleaned it out before the video. So you can just see all these files it's scanning through to remove entries that's been written to them. So potentially on a computer that's never had these cleaned, if you've had it a year, these could actually total more space than, for example, your digital camera can hold. Maybe more, maybe less, just depending on how much you use your computer. Okay, As you can tell by the progress bar, it's about done with this step. Okay, now it's going to ask about the deep scan. Unless you are a technician, I do not recommend running the deep scan because it could pick up files that, if you remove them, could potentially harm the computer. So go ahead and tell it no, and we'll have it remember that answer because we don't ever want to remove any deep scan files. Now, after the prefetch optimizations, what this is for is something that your Windows computer will actually preload. If you use certain programs like your Internet Explorer to go to your websites, if you use Microsoft Paint, Microsoft Word, different things a lot, it'll load these or parts of these programs into memory. It does that in order to help speed up using these programs when you first go to open them. However, if you over time, if you're using a lot of different programs, they can get cluttered in there as well, just like your temporary internet files. And what this does is go through to try to optimize those and clean out the stuff that's not used that much anymore. Now, this is something just for the prefetch. So if you don't use an application for a long time, it doesn't mean it's going to uninstall it for you. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and tell it no just for the video here. That is something that can take 5 minutes to 20 minutes to run. Now, normally the last step will be running the file defrag, which will go through your computer and reorganize all your files so that they can be read faster. That is something that, once again, is built into Windows, and it does use that in the background for you. That is something that can take anywhere from 10 minutes up to, I've seen it take as long as 6 hours, to be honest. Long as it's something that is done regularly, that will greatly reduce the time it takes to run it each time you run this program. I do recommend running DiskMax about once every couple weeks to once a month if you do use your computer quite often. Alright, now we're going to close this out, and that's it for this video. You can get this program from KoshyJohn.com. That is spelled KOSHYJOHN.com. Again, it is DiskMax. The current version is 4.5, but the application will let you check for a new version, periodically when you run it, so it does stay up to date for you.